Generic greetings, and welcome back to Airships Conquer the Skies once again. Today's beverage is green tea, lovely, lovely. So, in the previous video, I made a fairly interesting, let's use that term over, oh my god, completely stupid and utterly pointless, defensive structure. So it was like a static defense, it was sort of a bit Eiffel Towery, it essentially looked like a big phallic object, to be quite honest with you, and it did quite well. It managed to defend off some quite heavily armed attackers, which is good. And in that video, someone posted saying, why don't you make a vessel, a flying vessel, which is fitted with the biggest gun but on the smallest hull. So we want the biggest gun we can fit on the smallest vessel. I thought that would be quite a nice idea. So let's go to Airship Editor, and we will build such a vessel. So, obviously in our weapons, we've got all different types of weapons, my favourite being the aerial torpedo, but you've got things like deck guns and dorsal turret. The dorsal turret is quite large, as you can see, but not big enough. The Grand Ram, again, is large, but I don't think it's what they were going for. You've got things like the buzzsaw, again, big, but not really what we're aiming for. We've got this one, which is quite a good weapon. It's a suspendium cannon. Essentially, it's like a long-range sniping thing. It pretty much pierces through anything it hits, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. The thing that does do a lot of damage, and is the biggest, is the Imperial cannon. As you can see, it's a big bronze cannon, and it is massive. So that is what we're going to be basing our hull around. So we'll just close down the weapons tab, and obviously we need to make this thing fly, we need it to be armed, and we need to be able to command it, and crew it as well. So we'll go straight over to probably resources, and we'll check on an ammo store. We could put an ammo store in like so, and that would make it quite effective, I guess, if we put one there. The problem is that if one of these blows up, then the whole thing will go up in like just quite large. Actually, we probably don't need a big ammo store like that. Probably a small ammo store would probably do us, and then maybe a small coal store like so. That'll probably be okay. We'll have a quick look at our lift here, and we've got loads of different things for lift. We've got a large suspendium chamber, which if you put that on there, makes our service ceiling 642 meters. That is far too big. What else can we use? Well, we got a normal suspendium chamber. That's not too bad. Service ceiling of 259 meters, again, quite high. What if we use just a small one like that? Small one gives us a service ceiling of 50 meters. If we put two of those in, 144 meters. When you consider we're going to have some other crew quarters and things like that, that should be about right. I don't think that'll be bad. That'll probably be okay, that one. What I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to remove that one. I'm going to remove this and move it along. Move that, move it along. Delete that bit just so I can put another two in. Go over to our basic tab and just get probably a... actually, no, we don't want a basic. Do we want a fire door? How much does a fire door weigh? 20, and a corridor weighs 4. Maybe a fire door would be a good idea. Putting a fire door up like so. A service ceiling is 124 meters to get it up to there. The problem is to get this coal down to this side, you have to go like along, up, along, and then back, like repeating the same way. So maybe removing that and actually putting the ammo store above is better, because this doesn't fire often. So going along, up, and then back is okay rather than having to go around. So I think that's a better choice there. We can't give commands to the ship, and we've got no propulsion. So in order to resolve the propulsion issue, what I'm going to do, actually, and the crew issue, we'll probably go over to command and crew. We'll get a quarters, and we'll put a quarters in like so, and then that should crew it quite nicely. Air sail is 12, recommended is 9, so that's more than enough for what we need. And obviously we're going to get a couple more things in here, so we'll be about right, I think. We'll go over to command and crew, and we'll put a cockpit in like so. And then we'll go over to probably... We've got a telescope, which is quite good, which you can use to fire at long range. That might be quite good, actually having a telescope in there. You can see a telescope says, equipped with a telescope, can direct fire with any of the ship's weapons. Increases weapon accuracy by 30%. That might be quite good. Remember, we're not in a campaign. We can use any of these parts. A lot of these things, like the telescope and the Grand Imperial Cannon and whatnot, all of those are normally, if you're in a campaign, something you have to either unlock via your starting heraldry. or you get it by taking over different areas. Like, same as like the spider bay, which is something I've not actually used, but it's like spider bots and stuff, which are really, really weird. We'll go over to probably propulsion, and we'll get ourselves a very small propeller in the back, like so. We now have propulsion, we now have command, and what we don't have is supply hatches, actually. So let's sort that out. We'll go over to structural, and then we've got, actually it won't be in structural, would it? Will be in resources, probably. Yeah, supply hatch. So we've got a supply hatch, and we can put it there. There you go. So that's not too bad. What I am going to do, however, is delete that, move it along, delete that and move it along, and then I want to put another fire door like so, and then finally go over to command and crew, and then get ourselves a, where is it? Berth, bridge, cockpit, crow's nest. There we go. We'll put a crow's nest up. So that should be about right. Obviously, crow's nest, very good, increases your accuracy by 10%, I believe. Yeah, 10%. Not bad. So, recommended crew 13, air sailors 12. So, we're a little bit shy on crew, but I think it's okay. I think it's about right. In terms of armor, we've got currently wooden armor. Our service ceiling is 86 meters. If we had steel armor, that would reduce it to 28 meters. I would like steel armor. I don't think it'll be a good idea. Reinforced wooden armor, service ceiling 10 meters. Wow, okay. Wooden armor, back to 86. Okay, 86 is manageable, I think. 86 is manageable. So, we will probably have a quick check at our overlays. In terms of hit points, naturally the big thing at the front. We don't need to click on water because we haven't got any. Repair tools, same thing. Ammunition, yeah, that's okay. Coal, same sort of thing. Getting coal to this is going to be a bit of a nightmare. Explosion damage, yeah. So if this goes up, the whole thing breaks, essentially. So actually having fire doors, we don't even really need them, because if it goes up, it's going to go well over the odds. So we might even change that. Basic. Corridor. Split the ship in two. Over to corridor. And that increases our service ceiling to 99 meters. A lot less weight. That's okay. That's not too bad. Right, we'll go over to decoration. We'll have a big mouth at the front, naturally. And because of the way this is sort of laid out, I think we could probably put an eye there. Which makes sense, because that's exactly where the telescope is. Right, it is about done, I think. Go for a wooden nameplate. Probably a large one because of what we'll name this thing, which I don't know what that's going to be yet. So, we'll have a name. It's the GAV, Generic Airborne Vessel, or Airship Vessel, or whatever. And it's going to be the Big Gun Swarming Ton. Big Gun Swarming Ton. Yes. That makes sense, I believe. In a weird sort of way. So, Big Gun Swarmington. Not bad. Save the design. And I believe we have a big Gunnington. But we haven't got a Big Gun Swarmington. I think the Big Gunnington is similar, but it's got like two guns or something like that. Or it might be this, but it can go higher. So, not a bad design, I don't think. It does have a couple of weak spots. Actually, it has several weak spots. It can be assaulted quite easily. There's no defences, and it's got actually less crew than what it should have. It can be flaked out of the air because it's got no keel. The armour in general is fairly poor. It can be bombed from up here because it doesn't have any flak to take out anything that goes quite high, and its service ceiling is 99 metres, which isn't terrible, but it's not great either. And if it ever gets on fire, it can't be put out. So, I am not overly... keen. I don't think it's going to be that good. We might have to make a Mark II of this. So we've got to add airship. Big Gun Swarmington. There we go. And we'll put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and that gives us a total rating of 20,620. That's not bad. We'll go to add land ship, and we'll have... Oh, good grief. Scorpion ton. We'll put a couple of scorpion tons in. One there, and one there. And we'll add a building, and obviously we built the Big Death, which is our weird-looking tower. There we go. So the Big Death's put in. That's increased the defensives up to 8,944. It's not bad. Again, building. Probably a nom-nom-nom because these are really cool. We'll flip it around and we'll put it there. As you can see, it's just it's just a defensive structure with 2 saws and some harpoons, which actually worked surprisingly well. And most importantly, was amazingly good fun to watch. We'll probably have a mini tankington, a couple of mini tankingtons in there. We can fit a couple of them in. 1, 2, and 3. That's okay. We'll add airship this time. So we want a I don't think it'll Workington, Hammerington, mini subbington. Oh yeah, we'll have a sub. There's a Squishington that lands on things. We'll have a Squishington V2 there. Add airship. Now, the Zeppelins are the most overpowered vehicle I've made. They are completely and utterly broken in pretty much every way. Because they have, as you can see, they have their service ceiling is actually higher than the map allows for placement. I don't know what their service ceiling actually is, but it's quite high. In fact, add airship, their service ceiling is 332 meters. Now, that's only with these massive suspendium gas bags on it. When they get taken out, that drops to, I believe, about half that. But that's still higher than most of the vessels are designed to fly. And obviously, these are just armed with one big row of bombs all the way along the bottom there. So when they get above something, they just basically crap on things from a great height. Just like governments, hey. And then what happens is, essentially, everything underneath just gets absolutely plastered, and there's nothing they can do about it. So, the only way to take them out was flak, but since these don't have flak, I reckon these are going to be the bane of our fight, really. Add airship once more. Chop Fighterington. We'll have a couple of Chop Fighteringtons in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so. They've got a high service ceiling. They're up to 18,000. We'll add an airship once more. And got Sawingtons. You've got this Assaultington. Yeah, we haven't really got an Assaultington, but we should really have another gunship of some kind. Probably rocket. Yeah, these little rocket things. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I only didn't put 3 in, and there. 2004. One more. And there we go. Maybe one more. It's close enough. So, I am on 20,620. They're on 20,644. So they're slightly overpointed. So if they win, obviously it's balance and stuff, and that's why I lost. Not because these things are fairly poor. In fact, now that I think about it, I should have put them all back here, and I would love to do that. But can you actually click move and move them all? No, you cannot. So that's not happening. Right, we're going to click start. Let's see what happens. So, immediately, shots are whizzing out. You can see the first volley went there. Screen shake to the max. Oh, good grief. So, shot whizzed out. Obviously, the Scorpions here, those have lost their tail, or one of them's lost their tail. It was always the Achilles heel of that one. This one, by the look of it, we've got people falling from the sky because I think I took the suspendium chamber out, which meant it just landed on top of the Scorpion and took what was remaining of its tail out. Obviously, we're going to keep pausing it here to check. This thing is on fire, which means it is pretty much about to die anyway because there's nothing to do about it. And there's torpedoes coming in. And, the torpedoes missed, but only because it fell out the sky prematurely anyway. So, there's our shots whizzing out. There's our shots there, as you can see. We've got a couple of the mini tankingtons getting squished by everything else on top. We've got all of these rockets just firing away. The bombers, yeah, unsurprisingly, the Zeppelins are right above us. There it is there. Where's the other one? Oh, it's sitting back. A couple of the choppingtons, or whatever they are, these things have moved forward, ready to chop us down. But as you can see, we are now getting crapped upon from a great height because of the Zeppelins. So thanks, guy. And then there you go. Look at that. Look at that. It's absolutely ruining us. But our shots are whizzing out. It looks like we've lost a couple of these things. Our shots are whizzing out. We're firing at the Scorpion. As you can see, we've just taken the tail off there, so that's fine. There's still some more explosions on the left-hand side, and that's taken out 3 of these things. That one is now fallen out of the sky. We haven't ordered these things to do an aimed fire, which we should probably do because we don't have much ammo nor much coal, actually. There you go. Look, there are... Yeah, let's have a quick look at their coal stores. Ammo is 16 to 20. Crew is okay. Coal is 4 of 8. Actually, these things are going to run out of coal very, very quickly. In fact, look at that. They are actually landing on top of each other. Yeah, I'm just getting bombed, look. I'm just getting bombed, and there's nothing I can do about those. I could probably order those to go back. So go back to there, maybe. And what will happen is they'll try and go back over. I've used RAM, by the way, just so we can cut through this. And then there you go, look. The top one got taken out. And, yeah, they've fallen out the sky. So in terms of their forces, I have... There's not really much left of that Scorpion, as you can clearly see. This thing is pretty much gone. There's shots whizzing out all over the place. What I'm going to do, I can need some chopping, actually. I'm going to select all of these. I'm going to say target and get the big death. And you can see that the top section's been taken off. The big cannon here is on fire. And yeah, I think we've pretty much lost that. Yeah, that's not working out at all. Yep, that's not working out. As I expect. Oh, there we go. We're getting chopped as well, look. And what is left of our ships here is, there's a couple of them left. Good grief, it's just screen shake. Wow. Look at all the smoke here. Just drifting up. Yep. You know what? It's not a one-sided fight. Yep, that's broken now. It's definitely not a one-sided fight. But, as I expected, these things have really pretty much done us in. So we're going to click leave, exit combat, yes. We're going to go back over to Airship Editor. We're going to open design. We're going to click on our Big Gun Swarmington. And we need to make some design changes. What we'll do is delete everything and start again. No, we don't need to do that. We just need to probably make a couple of tweaks here and there. So, I reckon the way to make this better is to delete these two. What we'll do, we'll just delete that and that. And then we'll go over to lift and we'll put a proper suspendium chamber in, which is slightly longer, as you can see. We'll move these along, like so. Like that, and then we will have that's increased our lift to 201 meters, which is good. But then we want to have another gun put in. We want to put a, where is it? The flak cannon, and we want to put a flak cannon like so. So that's okay. Sadly, that'll probably take a lot of ammo up, so we probably need to sort that out. I mean, we've already tried the as small as possible approach, and it doesn't really work. Obviously, we're knowingly going into this saying, look, it doesn't do everything, and normally you would field other vessels with it, but we want to try and make something now where it will actually be able to fight just on its own. So if there's just this and more others like it, will it be able to take things out? Well, we're not going to have anything that will be able to fend off attackers when they're bored. I just don't think that's a nice expenditure of resources. I don't think that's the way to go. But we've got flak, so anything that comes above it will get flaked. We don't have any, or we don't have enough ammo, but the ammo store is massive. However, we can delete those, delete these, and we can get an ammo store in there. Okay, there's an ammo store, and it goes straight up. We can probably delete that section. Probably delete that, move it forward, 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 and then we can get rid of that. Like that. So there we've got our storage. Okay. Actually, we'll move that along. We'll delete that and put it there. And then we'll go to coal store. And there we go. It's now in the air. Use this big ladder here, which goes up and moves around. That's fine. Quick, easy access to the ammo. In terms of fuel, it's not actually too bad. Obviously, they have to go back to get the small propeller working. And then down and along for the suspendium chamber. But in terms of armor, I think because we've got such a high service ceiling, steel armor brings our service ceiling to 78 meters. It's only just shy of what we had previously. So I think that's okay. That's not too bad. Obviously, we'll put the eye in, like so. So it's only slightly bigger than the last one. Not much bigger. There's not much to go on. Obviously, we'll change the nameplate to a big nameplate, and a metal one this time, and it fits in the center, and we'll rename it as V2. There you go. So it's the Gav Big Gun Swarmington version 2. Big Gun like the AC/DC song that I believe was originally written for Last Action Hero, which I actually think is a good film. I know, I'm that guy. I'm that guy, but good fun film. Save design. Save. And let's try it out. Combat. We're going to have us day because it's just easier to see. So we'll add Airship and the V2. Slightly more expensive than the last one because obviously we've got more stuff in here. 1, 2, actually 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 23,000. That's enough. I don't think we need much more than that. Okay. Add building. That's a black citadel. Oh, we'll put one in. Why not? Building. Om nom nom. Put the om nom nom right in front. Building. Cubington. That's just silly. Just miniguns and flak. It does work, though. It does work quite well. We'll put the vessel here, which apparently deletes some of the trees, but not all of it. Yep. Early access. We've done enough with buildings. We'll go for airship. And we'll put in the bane of our existence, these things here. The bombers. Airship again. Actually, no, we'll go for landship. Scorpion. 1 Scorpion in the front, 1 in the back. Currently up to 13,000 and a bit of change there. So another airship. Bombardington. Should we put one in? Look at the state of that. That's just, I believe, 6 missiles in a group of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So that's six torpedoes and three banks of. 3 banks of 6 torpedoes. 18 in total. That's just insane. We'll have a sub, which is one of my favourite things we've made. And actually, they're overpointed. Okay, I'll delete one of those. And now they're underpointed. That'll do. I'm at 23,344. They're at 22,419. The difference of 1,000 is probably not going to make... it might make some difference. Let's fair it up by going to airship. And when in doubt, we'll put a couple of Sawingtons in. 1, 2, and 3. Actually, that's too much already. 2, 3, 3, 4. 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. 2, 3... 2, 3. That's about right. So the difference is just over 100. 120. No. 104, I believe the difference. 23,344 versus 23,240. Yeah. Okay. So, normally day, start. So, shots are going to whiz out naturally. Go to aimed fire. There's an absolute boatload of torpedoes. Look at that. This is why I love the torpedoes. Just because they look so cool flying through the air. Already, however, we've massively crippled the Bombardington, which is always its downside. That we've got wooden armor on this back area because essentially it can hardly support its own weight. And then these things are heavily armored with the steel armor. But look, as soon as you get something that hits and penetrates, which obviously is something we've got because we've got a very, very big gun, it just blows the crap out of them. Look, they're already exploding, and there we go. The suspendium chamber's gone, and it lands on top of the. Yeah. It's just Alpha Striked it, and it's just, look at that. It's just gone critical. The whole thing went up. It split into 3. It landed on the Scorpion. It's took its tail out because the Scorpion tail never lasts at all. We've already lost one of these things. There's the remains of it there, as you can see. That's where all the torpedoes hit. And it looks like, there we go, look. The Zeppelin is right above us. We've already taken the suspendium cannons out. It is bombing us, but we've got a lot of flak going up there. It is on fire. You can hear it's trying to put it out, but it is not going to last long because there's too much fire there. The other one is... it's just decided not to move, which is fairly understandable. The little thing here, whatever that was, the Black Citadel or whatever it was, it's been taken out. The Om Nom Nom, they're leaving that. Obviously, the Bombardington completely gone. Scorpion has lost most of its weapons, although it does have some cannons there. And then you got the Big Def just firing away with impunity. So, unpause it. Let's just see what happens to this thing. I reckon it's going to land on top of me any second. There goes the Spendium Chamber, and it lands right on top of all of these other things. And it's just... yeah, it's just burning. It's just burning and it's gone. There we go. So that didn't last long at all. Excellent. That's good. That's what we want to see. It looks like the... it looks like... look at all that. Look at all the suspendium tanks blowing up. The other Zeppelin is taking a big fistful of Brave Pills and now coming straight towards me, even though it's seen its mate get absolutely creamed. So, yeah, it's decided that it can do probably better than that. And it might. It just might, you know. There's the bombs coming into me. And, nope, it's on fire. Although I have lost a lot of stuff here. You can see all of this, seeing there's out of coal. So a lot of these are going to actually fall out of the sky any minute. Shots are whizzing out. It looks like so far we are probably winning this fight. The Scorpion is pretty much snapped in half. The Bombardington is no more. The small defensive structure is all broken down. Same thing for the pretty much useless Om Nom Nomington, which is the defensive structure. Obviously, we didn't get close to it, so it's useless. And then you've got the, well, naturally, the Subbington firing away from long range, the Sawington, which just decided not to move, and then the Big Def that's just sitting there firing away. So that's the last of the Zeppelin just falling out of the sky. We have probably about half our ships left. Most of them are damaged in some way, though, which is not good. What we're going to do is target, and we want to target the Sawington because it is getting close, and that's something that we cannot really take on at all if it gets too close, especially if it goes down, because then it'll avoid not only our big cannons but also the flak as well, although it's decided that maybe that's not a prime. Oh, there we go, doesn't matter, we've taken it out, fine. Looks like one of the shots hit right in the suspendium chamber, which sounds painful, and it probably is, and it took it straight out. So retargeting over to this defensive structure. What I need is a good hit against one of these cannons. Now, all of these here are fire doors, because I remember putting them in. And if they blow up, they shouldn't take out the stuff around it, which is exactly what happened. Look, this blew up, but it didn't explode the rest of it. The rest did not go up, because essentially when we made the first version of the Big Def, it was just like a big pile of kindling. That's all it ended up being, because when one bit blew up, it just took the rest of it out. And although we did make it better, yeah, it's obviously still not perfect because the whole thing's just exploded. Look at that, it's just gone. Absolutely ruined. So, as far as I can tell, we've just got the Subbington remaining, and obviously it's just going to keep backing up because it's got long-range torpedoes, but I also have long-range cannons as well. Essentially, we're down to luck now. Whoever gets a really bad critical will probably win this fight. The advantage is that I have several little ships, and obviously if they take one of the ships out, no problem. It is, well, the only thing left, and it sounds like there's a lot of explosions over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guns I think I've got remaining there. And it looks like I've hit the suspendium chamber on that. Yep, it's now grounded. It doesn't actually need to be in the air, though. Although, to be fair, we've got no command center anymore because one of the cannons just took it straight out, so the conning tower just is fallen off. It's, Yep, we've obviously taken some out fairly critical at the back there. We then just carved a bit of the bottom out as well. How is that still a legitimate ship for fighting? I have no idea, but it's just fired torpedoes. Eventually, one of our shots will hit home. Oh, you can see them coming in and just disappearing. Yep, we've hit another bit at the back, and it's blown up. Looks like we've hit one of the weapons. Yeah, it'll be the two ass torpedoes. That sounds really horrible, but that's what it was. So it's accurate, at least. There's more shots coming out. This section is broken. Which section is a proper fighting section, though? I don't know. I'm not really too sure. Either way, the shot's whizzing out. They have slowed, however. Most of these are out. Lift chamber offline, I know. There's some more shots coming in. And they've taken that gun out, which is fine with me, because it was already gone. Right, it's just take this thing out now. That's all it is. Eventually one of these shots will hit the front here. Target that section. I just realised I haven't even had a sip of beverage. Yep, that's horrible. Right. So, That's hitting where we need it to hit. Just hasn't hit hard enough. Come on, this volley. Have you heard that? You hear the shots, and then the shots come in like 5... It's got a 5-second flight time. You can hear the bang, bang, bang of the cannons firing. There we go. That's what we needed to do. We've split it in half, and then the weapons are broke. So even though those weapons are still there to fire, they don't have access to the ammo, because I believe the ammo is in the centre. They might still have one in the tube, though. They might be able to fire. Wow. This is sort of fairly pointless now as a vessel, isn't it? There's nothing much left at all. Yep, still taking it out. Come on. Come on, can we finish it off? Look, there's still flak guns on it, which is why it's still classed as a legitimate vessel, because it's got flak guns on it. Or maybe it's the aft section. Maybe it's the aft section that's classed as a legitimate section. I'm not sure. They've destroyed the front section, so their orders to attack it have been removed, so they can attack wherever they want now. I'm going to say probably zoom to fit. They can't even zoom to fit. God, look at the long-range shot. Look at them whizzing past. I don't know what they're firing at. I'm going to max speed it, because there's nothing for me to do other than wait to see if we've won the fight. I think we've won the fight, but only because we've got ammo left. But speaking of that, I reckon we'll be low, you know, on the ammos. Let's have a quick look. Complete out of coal. In terms of ammo, though... Oh, well, look, the ammo, we're not even halfway. We're about halfway now. We're getting close towards it. So, actually, we can sit here all day and just pick these ships apart. Actually, it's the Scorpion that's probably still alive. Not anymore, like, because it just absolutely imploded. Look at that. They're just bombarding little sections. See, all of these, they say defeated. That's because when you cut a section off, it then becomes a separate section and becomes, in essence, its own ship. Whether or not you can give commands to it is sort of academic, really. But there you go. Victory! So, we won that one. So, what we have left, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vessels that say survived. Now, that is... Obviously, it could be damaged. It could be... nearly out of ammo, but it is survived. It means survived, so they can still fight in some way. We've also got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I missed that one. 5 Swarmingtons destroyed. 1 with no crew quarters, and 2 of them which are disarmed. So actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So about half of our vessels, just under half of our vessels are still combat effective at the moment. Obviously, the disadvantage is they could get boarded or something can get behind them. But if something comes above, because they've got the ammo, they don't need to move. They can still flak above them. And anything in front of them, as you can see, is, yeah, just a greasy stain on the battlefield. Black Citadel disarmed. The GDS Om Nom Nom, which is, or was that thing here, that's disarmed. Apparently, the Big Def survived. I dispute that. I don't think it survived at all. Zeppelin's completely destroyed. Scorpion, no crew quarters, although it's pretty much gone as well, because look, that's the only thing left there. And then the others are gone as well. Either way, that is a victory, and we will call it there. Those were actually quite good. I like them. I think those vessels with, say, a Zeppelin would do quite well. Obviously, their downside is they can be boarded, but that's the same with a lot of my vessels. I don't really make them. I don't really make them so they can't be boarded, because the thing is, if someone's going to board you, it's generally a designated boarding vessel with troops on it. And the fact is that in order to counter that, you have to have pretty much the same, if not more, defensive troops. So what's the point? Like, you're just going to make your thing so big and so heavy and also very expensive. You might as well just not bother, and when they do take that over, just destroy your own ship. I think it's a bit more efficient that way. Yeah, but that's just how it is. Anyway, that's a bit more airships. Once again, by all means, go in the comments and drop what sort of things you would like to see designed. And to answer the inevitable question, yes, I am going to do a series on this when the next big patch does come out. I believe it's... Is it 9 or 10? I can't remember, whatever it is. We're on version 9 point odd now. This is the beta. And when they put all of the creatures in, or when he puts all the creatures in and stuff, we will probably do a series on it. As always, though, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.